In this video, we are going to show you everything that nobody tells you about Venice. These are the truths that only those who have visited and come back several times discover in practice, and that can totally change your experience if you know them before you go. We are going to talk about the real size of the city, hidden costs, safety, local culture, logistics, climate, and tourist traps. Let us go. Venice is perhaps the most dream city in the world, but it is also a city full of surprises for those who arrive without preparation. The Instagram photos only show gondolas on the Grand Canal at sunset and Piazza San Marco empty at dawn, but the Venetian reality requires planning. Those who travel without information can end up paying absurd prices at tourist restaurants, getting stuck during the high tide called acqua alta, or thinking that 24 hours is enough when the city requires more time to be appreciated. Let us demystify. First truth, the real size and distances. Venice is surprisingly small, with only 7.5 square kilometers in the historic center, being much smaller than Florence or Lisbon. The whole city fits in a walk from end to end of about an hour and a half. You can go on foot from Santa Lucia station to Piazza San Marco in 40 minutes, passing through charming neighborhoods. But Venice has more than 400 bridges and 5,000 alleys, so walking in a straight line is impossible, and GPS is fundamental to not get lost everywhere. Second truth, hidden costs. The price tag is never the final price in Venice. The VAT, value-added tax, is 22% on many products and is usually already included. The Venice tourist tax is one of the highest in Italy, varying between 3 and 10 euros per person per night, depending on the category. And since 2024, there is the new entry tax of 5 to 10 euros for day visitors in high season, paid online before arriving. The Coperto at restaurants varies between 2 and 6 euros per person, and absurd prices like 15 euros for a simple coffee at Piazza San Marco with live music are common reality. Third truth, the safety question. Venice is one of the safest cities in Italy, with very low crime rates because it is a small, organized, and mainly tourist city. Violent crimes are practically non-existent, and you can walk calmly even at dawn in any neighborhood. The only precautions are with pickpockets on the crowded line, one Vaporetto of the Grand Canal, and at Piazza San Marco during peak tourist hours, mainly in June, July, and August. Keep backpack in front of your body, wallet in internal money belt, and beware of street vendors offering selfies or free bracelets. Fourth truth, the local culture can surprise you. Venetians are few, only 50,000 people in the historic center, being one of the European cities with the largest population exodus because of mass tourism and the high cost of living. The remaining Venetians are extremely proud of their city and traditions, but may seem a little distant from exhaustion with invasive tourism. Be polite, learn some words in Italian, and avoid purely tourist places to find the authentic Venetian soul. Mealtimes are typical Italian, with lunch between 12:30 and 2:30, and dinner after 8 at night. The tip is not mandatory, but 2 to 5 euros is appreciated. Fifth truth, logistics and the acqua alta. Venice faces a unique phenomenon called acqua alta, when the tide rises above normal and floods practically all of Piazza San Marco and various alleys, especially between October and March. The level can reach 1 meter high in extreme cases, requiring wooden walkways called passerelle, or rubber boots that can be bought for 15 euros at any shop. The good news is that the MO's mobile barrier system installed in 2020 greatly reduced the problem. Use the High Tide Venice app to track daily forecasts and plan your walks. Sixth truth, the Venice climate. The city has humid continental climate with strong lagoon characteristics. Summer between June and August can be brutal, with temperatures of 95 degrees Fahrenheit, very high humidity, voracious mosquitoes, and strong smell from the canals when the water level drops. Winter between December and February is cold, with temperatures between 35 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit, typical Venetian dense fog creating ghostly landscapes, and higher probability of acqua alta. The best times to visit are April, May, September, and early October, with perfect weather, fewer tourists, and more beautiful lights for photos. Absolutely avoid July and August if possible. And where to stay knowing all of this? Our recommendation is San Marco, the tourist, commercial, and historic heart of Venice, with easy walking access to all the main attractions. We created this custom map that explains exactly which is the best region. Staying in this area, you cannot go wrong. And in the video description and here in the QR code, we will leave the link to the page with this map and with the hotels we have stayed at and recommend highly, including a hotel in San Marco where we stayed for an incredible price, super well located, far from tourist traps and close to everything that matters. We saved a lot of money with that choice. Seventh truth, food and tourist traps. The restaurants directly on Piazza San Marco, on the Rialto Bridge, and along the Grand Canal are very touristy and expensive, with menus in 20 languages, colorful photos of dishes, and staff shouting invitations at the door. Never eat at these places. It is always a trap with absurdly low-quality frozen industrial pasta and prices 3 times higher than authentic trattorias. Walk 2 blocks to the sides or cross to Cannaregio, Castello, or Dorso Duro to find traditional baccaros frequented by Venetians. Another trap are the cheap Venetian masks sold at every corner. They are always Chinese plastic. Prefer authentic studios. Speaking of having good information to get around well, in the video description and here in the QR code, we will leave the link to the site we always use to buy tickets and tours for the lowest price. It is the largest tours website in the world and has practically everything there. Everything at the lowest price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. And they have free tours that are great, including guided walking tours through the less touristy neighborhoods of Venice. And remember that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip at the lowest price. The sites we use to put together our trips with everything much cheaper, travel SIM card, travel insurance for half the price, tickets to all the attractions, good and cheap hotels we have stayed at, cheap car rentals, and the global account. And the links already include automatic discounts, so save and use this page that will make your trip much easier. One more important thing about Venice that many people do not realize: the city is the perfect gateway to know the jewels of the Venetian lagoon on day trips. The islands of Murano, famous for centuries-old artisan glass, Burano, famous for the colorful fisherman houses and embroidery, and Torcello, the oldest and quietest island, are all 40 minutes away by Vaporetto and can be visited in a single day. Organized excursions leave from Piazza San Marco for 30 to 60 euros per person. Absolutely worth the day to complement the Venetian experience. 8th, little-known truth about Venice: the city slowly sinks about 2 millimeters per year because of the weight of its own structure on the thousands of century-old wooden logs buried at the bottom of the lagoon that serve as foundation to the buildings. In parallel, the level of the Adriatic Sea rises gradually due to global warming. The combination of the two phenomena makes Venice one of the most vulnerable cities in the world in the long term, and that is precisely why the Meuse system of nearly 6 billion euros in mobile barriers was built. Those who visit Venice today are living an absolute privilege that may not be available to future generations if drastic measures are not taken. And for those who are new here on the channel, you are very welcome. Our mission is to help you travel more and better around the world. If you are enjoying it, subscribe here on the channel and like the video. That helps us a lot. To finish, 4 final tips for mental preparation for Venice. First, accept that Venice is expensive and prepare your budget accordingly. Accommodation, food, and Vaporetto cost much more than other Italian cities. Second, book in advance the Doge Palace and the climb to the San Marco Campanile, especially in high season. Third, embrace the experience of getting lost in the labyrinths. It is a fundamental part of the Venetian magic. Fourth, stay at least 2 nights to know the ghostly and magical Venice after the day trip tourists leave. It is when the city completely reveals itself in its deepest and most romantic essence. If you liked the video, like it and subscribe to our channel to travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a great trip.